Hello, welcome to our medicine cabinet makeover. We're going to talk about the top 10 essential oils. We actually teach this class quite frequently because there are over 300 oils, and it's hard to know sometimes where to start. And then sometimes when you get started, you want a refresher. And also, it's nice to keep reminding yourself these top 10 are so versatile. So you're going to learn some of the versatility. You're going to have a chance to ask questions, and you can rejoin this class. We teach essential oil classes every Tuesday. Sometimes we have different topics, and sometimes we just go back to the basics, which is the top 10 essential oils. So on the next screen, you're going to see, I would love for you guys to, that are joining us live, put in the chat box where you're joining from. And any questions that you have, you can put it in now or as we're talking about the topic. This is a interactive class. This is not just a lecture. So please interact with us and ask questions in the chat box. We'd also love for those of you who are seasoned essential oilers, we'd love for you to share what's worked for you when we talk about these top 10. There's multiple presenters on today. My name is Dr. Danielle. I'm a doctor of psychology, and I started using this quality of essential oils. Now, again, I used oils my whole life, but it wasn't until I found this quality that it actually made a difference in my gut health, that made the difference in my brain health, everything. And I went, whoa, okay, this is medicine. What is this? And so I started diving into that research and started using it in my clinical practice for mental health. And my clients, I worked with kiddos, they loved it. I was getting shifts that I wasn't able to get emotionally with them after, many, many times of therapy, just from scent therapy added into being able to talk and process. So it really led me down this path of educating people not only on, mental health and aromatherapy, but the top 10, which is what actually healed my gut, was the top 10. So we're excited to share various uses for you today. As I said, there's multiple presenters, and each presenter will introduce themselves as they teach. So what we're going to talk about is what are essential oils, top 10, how to use them, how to get started. Super simple webinar today. So first, we're going to go into, these are your top 10. And you're going to see here on the left-hand side, those are single plant oils. So for, for those of you who it's your first time here, will you please put in the chat box a 1? Or maybe you haven't started using this brand, this quality of essential oils, put a 1 if this is like you're coming to learn to maybe order. And then those of you who have been using, please put a 2. So if you're not familiar, certain plants have essential oils on them. So you'll see here these 5 on, I'm sorry, 5 on the left. Is it 6? Sorry, these 6 on the left are from a single plant, like lemon comes from lemon. On the right-hand side, you're going to see, we'll talk about some blends. And what the blend means is there are multiple plants that help with your lungs. And so they've been combined into one powerful essential oil, for example, called Breathe or Zengest for your digestive system. So let's jump in and get started with what are essential oils.
Thanks, Dr. Danel. Hello, everybody. My name is Marty Kruger, and if we haven't met yet, I'm all the way from Bloemfontein. I'm a mom of 2 teenage sons. I have fur babies, and I have been so grateful that doTERRA crossed my pathway 6 years ago, because this has completely transformed how I look at healthcare, and I have oils literally all over my house. I was speaking to somebody today who showed me her hand that she burned 3 weeks ago. I'm going to let her share it in our community group so you'll see it. It is insane. It is really hectic. And although she's a little bit red, she's got no mark, anything, and it's really like a grade 1 burn. And the things that she used was lavender and then frankincense and myrrh, because guess what? She ran out of lavender while she was away on a camp. And I said to her, how can you run out of lavender? Like, this is such an incredible, incredible oil. Okay, so first of all, what are essential oils? Where do they come from? They come from plants. They are steam distilled from the leaves, the flowers, the barks, and this is really what protects the plant. So when they talk about this, they talk about the blood of the plant. And the wonderful thing is when you and I use this, because our bodies work the same as plants, it actually has so many benefits to our bodies. Now, essential oils are, especially doTERRA, 100% natural and chemical free, and they have got so many incredible, powerful health benefits. Now, let's look at lavender. All of you have had lavender somewhere with something in your life, from a soap to a toilet spray. But the difference with doTERRA's lavender, and this is actually the oil that I'm smelling here, is this truly smells like the lavender plant. If you have to take the plant and you have to smell this, it's the same thing. And it's got so many incredible benefits for emotional well-being. It supports with sleep. And this is really your all things calming. So, how I love to use this is number one, I put a drop underneath my tongue combined with copaiba. It's really good to have a nice restful sleep. I also like to diffuse lavender at night to help with that restful sleep and help also with, that brain switching off. If you haven't heard Dr. Danel's testimony about lavender and how you can use this for anxiety, it is really incredible. By literally taking a drop in the palm of your hand and just rubbing it together and inhaling, you are going to get the benefit of this. This is also my first go-to oil when I've got anything skin related. And I'd love for you in the chat box, share what is your favorite way to use lavender. Next, we are heading into number two, which is a all-time favorite. And Dr. Danal is going to share with us about that.
Yes, wonderful. So peppermint. Peppermint actually has over 200 uses, so I probably won't go into all 200 tonight, but I'm going to show you essential oils are so versatile. You can actually use them in 3 ways. We'll dive more in detail, but let me just demonstrate with peppermint. So when you get your order, the very, very, very first thing I want you to do is grab your peppermint essential oil, put 1 drop in your hand because 1 drop is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. You don't need more than 1 drop. Rub your hands together, and then you can see the very first thing is aromatic. Go ahead and inhale it through your nose and get it right up into your lungs. It also goes to your brain. And then take your hand and do this and inhale it with your mouth. It goes into your lungs. So that's aromatic, topical. You can put it topically on the back of your neck. And that helps to bring blood to the area. That's, as you can see over here, reduces heated temperature. It can reduce sore muscles, calm a headache. Also increase focus and attention by doing that. Improve memory, boost mood. And then lastly, internally, you just take your thumb, and remember, these are antiviral themselves, so you don't have to worry about it being dirty in your mouth. And go ahead and put it on the roof of your mouth at the palate. And that can help also get to the brain. Also helps with the stomach, like reducing nausea. You can take your hand and swipe it over your belly to help with any upset stomach. And those are the 3 ways we use essential oils. And that's the first thing I want you to do when you get peppermint, and you can see all those benefits I got just from doing with 1 drop of peppermint. So next we'll go on to our third, about quality. So we've introduced 2 oils you're probably familiar with, but quality is imperative. And I think I'm actually speaking on this one as well. So let me just share my story. Peppermint was the essential oil that turned my, head towards doTERRA because I had been using peppermint. I'm a dancer, and I had been getting cramps in my muscles and my legs. And I used my peppermint that I had from another brand, and it would definitely ease it, and it helped a little bit. And I thought, okay, well, that's what oils do. They just kind of help a little. They smell nice, but they help a little. Well, my friend said, well, why don't you try, doTERRA's essential oils? And I honestly just thought, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. I've been using oils longer than she has. And she goes, no, they're better. And I'm like, yeah, they all say that, and they do. They all say they're the best. They all say they're pure. And there's a reason why. So gave me a bottle of peppermint. I put it aside because she said, well, you're going to run out of your peppermint. You might as well just, use this one after. I was like, okay, that logically made sense. So I ran out of peppermint. I put a drop on my muscles, on my legs, when I was using doTERRA's, and my cramps in my legs went away. It didn't just kind of feel nice. actually calmed the cramping. My legs were no longer cramped. I could stand and walk around. I'm like, whoa, okay, she wasn't kidding. These are different. So let me tell you why and how you can verify this for yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. First off, every company can say they're pure because there's no standardization. There's not a regulation that says, oh, you can only say it's pure, blah, blah, blah. So they can just say it's pure because it has some pure oil in it, but they fill it with other things, as we'll see in this video. But doTERRA came into the industry because they saw this huge, wide range of like quality of oils, and they said, we need a standard. So they set a standard called Certified Pure Tested Grade, and they discovered how you can take straight from lavender, straight from peppermint, from a plant, put it in a bottle and preserve it, just keep it as nature intended, which makes it medicine. So let's watch this little video to learn more.
For sale online, in social media, on Amazon, even the grocery store shelf. But you have to ask yourself, was it ethically and sustainably sourced, and are they pure and free of adulterations? With the increased popularity of essential oils, too many companies, big and small, are in the dark as to where their oils are coming from. Some even intentionally take advantage of farmers and distillers while cutting corners and padding profits. They advertise their products as 100% pure when they truly have no visibility into who is producing the oils or how it's being done. They did, however, wrap it in a pretty label and thoughts of Google ad space. It's easy for a consumer to get lost in this growing marketplace. Since 2008, doTERRA has sold more than 187 million bottles of essential oils to nearly 9.8 million customers worldwide. They trust doTERRA because we only source the very best essential oils in the world. Since many plants grown for essential oils thrive in developing countries, doTERRA is committed to making sure the lives of each farmer, harvester, and distiller are better because of our partnership. We call this co-impact sourcing. Positive impact for everyone along the entire supply chain and the purest essential oils for you. Our co-impact sourcing commitment is to 1, be directly involved at the source. Through this, we know the people and processes involved. 2, ensuring positive social impact, including job creation, fair labor conditions, and even community development projects. And 3, environmental stewardship and sustainability. You get the highest quality and most effective essential oils, along with the knowledge that your purchase protects growers and distillers from being cheated by middlemen and large corporations. When you purchase a doTERRA essential oil, you can be a conscious consumer and know you are getting oils that are not only traceable, but are proven and tested to work for you and those you care about. To learn more about co-impact sourcing and our sourcing guiding principles, and to hear the stories from farmers and distillers across the globe, visit sourcetoyou.com. doTERRA, pursue what's pure.
So I'm going to put that website into the chat box, but for anybody listening to the recording, it's sourcetoyou.com. What I found is incredible about doTERRA is they are very transparent about where they source, why they source it there, and the testing. You can actually look up the testing. So when I have people say, well, my oils are pure, like, well, okay, perfect. Then why don't you ask the company to share with you their testing? And another thing is, they need to have third-party testing. If they're doing it in-house, how do you know that they're, not doctoring? Because, like I said, half of the owners of doTERRA actually came from the industry, and that's what they saw that companies were doing. In-house testing and then doctoring their testing just to keep the profit going. And that's actually why some of them stepped away. They said, we don't want to be part of this anymore. So as you can see, they have now set up global sourcing. And the reason why is because just because I grow a lavender plant in Hawaii doesn't mean it has the same medicinal compounds and thrives like it does in the high altitudes of France and Bulgaria, colder environments. It may smell nice, but it may not have those medicinal compounds. So there's more to it than just purity. That's one factor, is that it absolutely is pure and there's nothing added. The second factor is, well, does it have the compounds that are actually medicinal in a quantity that will actually calm a panic attack like lavender does? So That's doTERRA's mission. That's what they are doing with the sourcing. I also, as you saw in the video, something that's just whenever you purchase anything, you are basically reinforcing practices of that company. doTERRA has what you saw, co-impact sourcing. So in every area, they actually are working with the farmers to create more jobs, to have humanitarian projects. I've been on a couple of these humanitarian projects, and you're supporting local farmers. 49 of the plant ingredients are sourced in Africa. So you're purchasing and supporting local farmers in very rural areas. So I love that. You're not just like contributing to this, company who's actually taking advantage of impoverished areas. doTERRA is actually going in and improving and empowering these impoverished areas by helping them establish their own business. They're not hiring them as employees. They're establishing them as a business for themselves. So I really love that. You can dive into all of these stories on sourcetoyou.com. But that to me, I have an essential oil that's medicinal, and I have an essential oil with a mission. And it just made so much sense for me to get more involved and help people understand the quality of essential oils. So next, we're going to continue our talk about essential oils, the top 10. We're on number 3.
Thanks, Dr. Danielle. So, hi everyone. My name is Liesel. I'm a wife to a farmer, a mom to 2 very busy toddlers, and also a business owner in the animal feed industry that incidentally also uses essential oils. So I've been using these oils now for about 4, maybe 5 years, and I don't think I'll ever be without them. They just have been such a big part of my life. They're everywhere. So as Dr. Danielle mentioned in the beginning, we are going to be talking about a few blends, and I get to share on guard. So just as the name says, this blend puts your body on guard. It's defensive and it's shielding and it's got warming properties. And this this blend contains different oils like wild orange, clove, eucalyptus, rosemary, cinnamon, and all of those oils are known individually for their antibacterial and antiviral properties. Now, to the left of your screen, you'll actually see that little blurry ball, and that's what our cells look like. And they're protected by something called a phospholipid bilayer, and that basically just means it's got a fatty membrane surrounding the cell. And as we all know, oils mix with oils, and because of that, these essential oils can actually pass through our cell membranes and really get to work at the root of the problem. So when our cells are fighting off some sort of infection, doTERRA's essential oils can actually help your cells to do that as well. So a couple of ways that we like to use in our house this oil is specifically in our diffuser. When anyone in our families starts with a sniffle or some sort of cough or like a sore throat, out comes the On Guard, and this oil is then diffused throughout my entire house. Not only does it smell great, but it really does get to work by killing off airborne pathogens, and we even inhale these oils as the diffuser is going, and then those molecules can start working in our cells as well. So for those of you that have tried it, you will know it's a bit spicy, so you can put like a fire emoji in the chat. But when we do use this topically, just remember to dilute it a bit. This is something I use on my kids, they're age 3 and 6, and I apply it diluted in a roller bottle on their chest, on the back of their spines, and the bottoms of their feet. Especially like the changing of seasons, the end of the year when it's like emotions are running quite high because it's the holidays, and what are we doing with our kids, and they're outside and they're sleeping late and routines have changed. But this is really something that it really will find a place in your home where you can use it for toothache. You can use it for gargling with it. So this is really one of those oils that you'll never be without or want to be without. And you'll just always find some way where you can use it. So with that said, we're going to be focused on aromatic use of oils with specific focus on breathe.
Thanks, Liesel. And yeah, I was very excited when I got to share a little bit about this incredible way of using the oils, and specifically also breathe. Because when I got started with these oils over 6 years ago, I had no knowledge of oils. I had no knowledge of how to use these oils. The only thing that I ever encountered before was getting a massage with oils. So as I started to, use these oils in my own home, started to explore more and learn more, I learned the power of aromatic use. Now, if you take your hands, when Dr. Dana was telling you to put it over your nose and mouth when we were inhaling it, that's getting the aromatic benefits of this. So right over here is your olfactory nerve. And when we inhale it, it goes through our olfactory nerve right into your limbic system. And your limbic system is what supports your emotions. And that is a great way to use oils. If you are using it aromatically, it's going to help you with your brain support, with emotional support. So diffusing oils when you are going through stressful times or anything like that is one of the most incredible ways to support your family, and everybody benefits from that. The second way that we want to support our body with aromatic use is when we are supporting our lungs. And myself personally have a testimony regarding this, because when I started to use Breathe, which is this blend, and it's a combination of oils like eucalyptus, peppermint, and it is this incredible oil that is really good to support your lungs for sinuses, asthma, snoring. Yes, you heard right, snoring. And so many other incredible things that we can do with this croup, anything like that. And of course, you can use this rubbing it on the chest, that sore throat, on the back of your on your back, underneath your feet, all of those ways. But the most incredible way to get the benefits from this oil is by inhaling it. And you can put it in your diffuser. That's also going to help. But I really want to recommend is when you are having anything going on with your lungs, taking a drop or two and inhaling it for at least 30 seconds to a minute, you're going to get the most benefit from this. Now, when I started to use the oils 6 years ago, I was on an inhaler permanently. I had it with me all the time. If I didn't have it, I would be so stressed, because just like that, something would trigger and I couldn't get any breath. So I started to use Breathe because I read and I saw this oil helps with asthma. And as I started to use this oil, I realized that I needed to use my inhaler less and less. And it's now been more than 5.5 years since I had to use an inhaler. I had no idea that not only will this support me, because it is a great tool, and this is what I want you to look at this oil like that. Keep this with you and use it regularly, and you are going to see how this incredible oil support your lungs in such an incredible way. Next, we are heading to topical, and Marie is going to share with us all about this awesome way to use the oils.
Thank you, Martie. Good evening, everyone. My name is Marie Bloem. I'm from Pretoria, and I am so grateful for these life-changing oils. I was suffering from adrenal fatigue for more than 3 years, where even after several blood tests and many visits to the doctor, I was still stuck at square one. I was introduced to doTERRA with a recipe for adrenal fatigue, and I was able to recover from it. So thank you, doTERRA. I have my life back. So using the oils topically, in other words, putting it on the skin, is a very effective way to use it, as you can target the pain points. And did you know within 2 minutes, the oils have reached the bloodstream? As you can see on the slide, another way to effectively apply the oils is at the bottom of the feet, as our feet harbor reflex points of our organs and specific areas of the body. The big toe is always the brain reflex point, and look where your heart is. How many times have you felt that area to be painful and not know that your heart needs a little tender, loving care? Today, I'd like to introduce you to doTERRA Deep Blue Oil, one of the company's most popular essential oil blends, known for its soothing and comforting properties, especially for those muscles and joints. It's a carefully crafted combination of several oils. One of the reasons why Deep Blue stands out is the way that the ingredients complement each other. The wintergreen and camphor provide that familiar cooling, calming effect, where the peppermint adds a refreshing sensation. Blue tansy and blue chamomile give the blend its characteristic blue color and help soothe the skin. Helichrysum, known for its restorative properties, rounds out the blend. You can use this oil to ease feelings of tight or overworked muscles. Apply a few drops before and after exercise. You can use it after sitting at a desk for long periods or even after a physically demanding day. It will make you feel like a new person. Because it's concentrated, it's recommended to dilute it with a carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil before applying to the skin, which means a little goes a long way. Another benefit is its versatility. It can be used at home, in a sports setting, or even in professional wellness environments. Many people enjoy using it during a massage to enhance relaxation and comfort. You can even use it for menstrual cramps. The next oil we will briefly touch on is tea tree oil, one of the most widely used and versatile essential oils in the world. It comes from the leaves of the Melaleuca tree, native to Australia. And one of the reasons this oil is so well known is because of its powerful, purifying nature. It's also appreciated for its cleansing effects on surfaces, providing a natural cleaning solution for countertops, doorknobs, and other frequently touched areas. It reduces mold and fungal growth, and excellent for those dark corners in cupboards and bathrooms. It's also used to help cleanse the skin and support a clear, healthy-looking complexion. Many people use it as a spot treatment for blemishes or add a drop to their daily skincare routine to help reduce excess oil. You can also add it to your underarm protocol, ladies. Beyond skincare and home cleaning, it's also used in scalp and hair care, and often added to shampoos to maintain a clean, flake-free scalp and promote an overall feeling of freshness. It can even be used to clean wounds, cuts, and scrapes, especially for those little ones who constantly collide with the ground beneath them, resulting in a symphony of cries. Thank you, everyone. I will now hand over to Liesel.
Thank you, Marie. One of the last ways we can use these oils is internally. And I think that's one of the things that sets doTERRA apart, is that many of our oils are really safe and potent and pure enough to be used internally. So there are three ways we can use them internally. First of all, in a little drop of water in glass or stainless steel, in a veggie capsule, just pop it in a capsule, close it and swallow it. Or if you're brave enough to try some of these oils just directly on the tongue, be warned, some of them are really spicy. But with that said, the Zengest and the lemon are personally two of my favorite oils. And these two are favorites for everyday digestive and wellness support. So Zengest, or Digest Zen in other countries, it's the same oil. It's really a powerful blend of oils designed specifically for our digestive system. So when we use Zengest internally, we can help support digestive comfort. We can help reduce bloating, gas, indigestion. We can support nutrient absorption. And we can also help calm the digestive system during stress or travel. So how we'd use this, we just take 1 or 2 drops in a veggie cap after meals. That can be taken short term during the digestive upset. And it's excellent for travel when you might be getting like car sick, or you have kids in the car that are feeling a bit woozy when we're traveling. This is one of those oils that just always is in a bag. You can also rub it directly on your tummy, which is great because it actually works in all three ways, where you can use it internally and then aromatically as well. And for me personally, the Zengest was the oil that made the biggest change in my gut health since starting to use it. So, this is the first oil that I reach to for anything gut related, especially on the kids. It's so nice to have because just rub it on their belly, rub it down. My girl actually says to me when her tummy is sore, I soek it willy. I want the oil before anything else. Moving then on to lemon. Lemon is one of the most gentle and versatile oils we have. When taken internally, it can help support healthy digestion. It can help the body with gentle detox and cleansing. It can help with liver function. And it smells great and it can boost energy, focus, and mood. So lemon as well, you take it in a large, about 2 to 3 drops in a liter of water, which then can help support digestion and hydration. A drop in the veggie capsule if it's just using for daily cleansing. And it can also be added to honey or herbal or with honey to herbal teas. And it's great because it really, really gives a little bit of a refreshing taste. One of the ways I really love using lemon is when you do have a phlegmy cough or you have a bit of that like sticky, snotty business going up in your sinuses. Lemon essential oil really, really helps to thin out that mucus, which then makes it removing it by coughing so much easier. It's great even after heavy meals. So if you've had a bit of a big lunch or a big supper and you don't have your Zengest, just remember you can reach for lemon. Just quickly, when we are using these oils internally, we are referring to doTERRA oils because of their quality. Start off with by using these in small amounts, and especially with your citrus oils, actually all our oils, avoid using plastic cups. Lemon does actually have the power to dissolve plastics, and ultimately, when we are wanting to do a detox, we don't want to be ingesting some of the stuff that we are trying to avoid to start off with. So, with these two oils, lemon supports daily gentle cleansing, while Zengest offers targeted relief. And then when these two oils are used correctly, they can have simple effects and are really effective tools to support your body, both inside and out. Over to, I think, Marty.
Thanks, Liesel. So for those of you that are brand new, maybe you've already got your oils, or maybe you're still sitting on the fence and deciding, is this really something that I want? I promise you, when you get these oils in your home, you will never ever be without these oils. It's been the most rewarding, empowering thing in my life, having these oils. As a mom, having these solutions has been incredible. And although when you get started, it's a lot of information that you are hearing about all of these different oils that we're sharing with you. But I just want to tell you, hold on. Start using the oils like Liesel was saying. Have these small little things that you do. There are oils that we use daily, and some we use when needed. And one of those oils that I use every single day when I can is frankincense. Now, if you are in our community, you would have seen the post that I shared today about these two incredible oils, frankincense and myrrh, which is two of the most incredible oils separately, but also together. And the day that I learned where these oils come from and where they were already present, I realized what I believed about oils was not the truth, because the wise men gave this as gifts: frankincense, myrrh, and gold, right? You would have heard that. Now, in December, when you buy either a Home Essentials kit from doTERRA or any 200 points value amount of oils, you can actually get this incredible oil for free. Now, this oil is 1,495 Rand when you buy it. So believe me, I'm going to quickly ask in here, who of you have got your free frankincense this month? You can maybe put an orange heart or a one or a something in the chat box and tell us. So frankincense is one of the most incredible things. It's got so many uses. I'm going to start with just for your skin, because what this oil does, it actually renews the cells in your body. So when you are applying it topically, because it's got anti-aging properties, it's actually helping you getting younger. This is your Botox in a bottle. It is incredible. But also, when you are taking this oil internally, it's actually also supporting your organs, and it's helping every single cell in your body to work at its ultimate best, because it's helping with the renewal of those cells, which is very, very important. It's anti-cancerous, anti-inflammatory, anti-aging, antidepressant. It's just absolutely the best oil. This is also called the king of all oils. And how you would also use this is if you are diffusing it, you're going to get the benefits for your brain and supporting your emotions. Now, like I said, as a family, we take a drop of this every single day. I can't stop smelling it. It's actually quite a woody, strong smell. But I think once you understand where this oil comes from, how it works in the body, and what it does for you, you will know that you will never ever be without frankincense, because it is absolutely one of the most incredible, incredible, incredible oils. So we are almost finished. This is number 9. I'm going to hand back to Liesel, who's going to share with us about another favorite of mine, oregano or oregano.
Thanks, Marty. Yes, so last but not least, let's talk about, I think, personally, one of the most powerful oils in the entire doTERRA range, oregano or oregano. So oregano is often called the natural antibiotic of essential oil because of its incredibly strong cleansing and purifying properties. It contains high levels of molecules called carvacrol and thymol, and those two potent compounds are the things that support a healthy immune system. They can help cleanse the body, and then they can also help protect against seasonal threats. So what oregano is best known or most known for, it's an immune powerhouse. It's amazing during seasonal threats, cold and flu seasons, and those first scratchy throat moments. It's great for supporting healthy digestion, gut health, and it can also help with cleansing the body. It's fantastic for DIY cleaning spray and diffusing when you need like a deep clean atmosphere. And it's very good for skin and nail support. But just remember, it is a hot oil, so always too diluted for stubborn skin or nail concerns. It also forms part of our flume balm, which is one of the amazing combinations of oils. When you do feel you have a bit of something is going on in your throat, this is one of the oils that I actually reach for, just to help stop whatever is brewing in my throat before it gets very bad. So how we can use these oils safely, remember, like I said, it's a hot oil, so a little bit goes a very long way. You can diffuse this oil, 1 drop, with something like a citrus or a mint oil for its powerful purifying effect. You can use it topical, always diluted heavily. 1 drop of oregano and about 1 to 2 teaspoons of carrier oil. And then you can use it on the soles of your feet during immune challenges. Internal, remember doTERRA oil only. 1 drop in a veggie cap for a short-term immune support. But it's great when it's paired with the oils from our flume, which is frankincense, lemon, on guard, or tea tree, and tea tree. For me personally, some of these the combos that the oregano is really, really good for. 1 drop of oregano with peppermint just to help with a bit of a gut upset. A surface spray is lemon, oregano, on guard, water, and vinegar. And it's in a great way to help disinfect your surfaces in the kitchen. I've got 2 very busy toddlers, so they come in with muddy hands, and it's with the dogs, and it's outside and inside. So this is really one of the things that I love to use just to cleanse the kitchen specifically. This is oregano is specifically for short targeted cycles. We always dilute it, and remember doTERRA oils only. So we're quickly going to watch a video, and the doctor's going to explain to us why doTERRA's On Guard can do what we say it does.
For their own self-preservation. Bacteria have their own defensive mechanism. They produce something called a peptidoglycan layer. It's the equivalent of an M&M shell that's protecting the chocolate on the inside. Now, one of the other elements the bacteria are very, very good at making, and that is something called a biofilm. Biofilm is its own very goopy, slimy mess that it covers itself in. So what's now starting to happen is we are finding that once very useful antibacterial medications are no longer effective at all. What that means for us, we have to use stronger antibacterial medications. We have to use more potent antibacterial medications. That comes at a cost to our own bodies. Melaleuca has the ability to come in and start to modify that sludge and remove it so that the oregano can get to the bacteria. And in oregano, there's a product called carvacrol. Carvacrol will bind to that peptidoglycan and it punctures a little hole in there. Once that hole opens, you start to get a passing of ions back and forth. What that does to the bacteria is it allows it to lyse. It means burst open. And we've now accomplished something very dramatic, and that is by doing nothing more than using 2 simple little plant-based essential oils, you have created a very effective antibacterial solution.
How amazing is that, hey? And then, sorry, Marty, just last thing on the oregano. It's one of those oils that not going to be using it a lot, but when you do need it, you are very thankful that you have it. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks, Marty.
Thank you, Liesel. And I can attest to that. I got a infection bite on my hand and it's got infected. And so I was able to dilute oregano and put it on my hand. I put a glove over top of it because I didn't want to touch anything else. And it actually healed my hand where I got the bite. And just to be, transparent, I got a bite on both hands. And this one wasn't too bad. So I only really focused on this one. And then guess what happened? The one that wasn't very bad got infected. I ended up on antibiotics because I didn't take care of it with oregano, but this one didn't. It healed. The worst one healed, the deeper one, because I did oregano. And the other one, I was like, oh, it's not that bad. So I learned my lesson, how strong essential oils and how effective they can be, and to take them seriously. And so grateful to have them as medicine in my home. And as you can see, these are our top 10, just to kind of show you what you'll be getting, plus a diffuser when you order one of the kits that this month actually comes with some special promotions too. So I'll have Marty explain some of the packages that you can purchase in South Africa.
Thanks, Dr. Danielle. Yeah, we have two of the most incredible, we've got a lot of different kits, but we've got two of the most incredible kits where you can actually get in a kit the top 10 oils, which is your family essentials kit and your home essentials kit. Now, I'm just going to quickly skip to the slides because we're not going to share on the specials tonight, but I want to quickly get to these two. So in your family essentials kit, which is the one on the left-hand side, you will get your top 10 in a 5 ml bottle that's got about 85 drops in there. And then in your home essentials, you will be able to get them in a 15 ml that's got 250 drops. So exactly the same oils, just different sizes. Now, your family essentials kit comes with this beautiful little Brevi diffuser. It's really awesome. With this kit this month, you will be getting a citrus bloom for free, which is worth 525 Rand, and it's an awesome oil. This kit is 3,095 Rand when you buy it. It's a really great way to get started. But really, truly, the best value for money is your home essentials kit. Now, I'm going to ask again, for those of you who got started, if you have to get started again today, what would you choose? If you would choose home essentials, just like put up your hand, and if your camera's on, like put a sharp in there. Like every single time, because this becomes your medicine cabinet, your oily medicine cabinet. And although the home essentials is 3 times the amount than the family, it doesn't cost 3 times the amount. So it really is worth it. It is 4,950 Rand. And you will also get the citrus bloom for free. But let me tell you what you're going to get in December. And this is like, there's 14 days left of this month, right? Can you believe it? When you buy your home essentials kit this month, for the rest of December, not only the citrus bloom you'll get for free, you'll get an additional frankincense for free, which is worth 1,495 Rand. So those two oils alone that you will get with is 2,000 Rand. So really the best value for money is this kit. And the best would be to just sit down with the person who invited you or shared this recording with you, and they will be walking you through what is the best way for you to get started. Now, this is not the only way where you can get started, but if you would ask any of us, we would say if you can, buy your oils, because this will change your life.
Yeah, especially with the free frankincense this month. That's worth so much. And that's anybody can order that, just so you guys know. If you already have your account, I'm sure Marty already said this, but you can get a free frankincense this month. So we're excited for you guys to get started. You will not regret having medicine in your home, because I'm telling you, no matter where I am or where I travel, these go with me and help me so much. And I'm just a healthier person because of what it's done for my gut health. I no longer have any of the problems that I started with. So, so excited for you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your night.
Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks, everyone.